Hi everybody, so it's Anime Reviewer Girl and I have a new video for you guys that's going to be out tomorrow. So right now it's about 11:30 at night and I literally no more than 2 minutes ago just finished Tokyo Ghoul and it was interesting. Yes, I know I've been telling you guys I'm going to put this review out for the past I don't know how many weeks, but I finally was able to finish it. And as you can see, I've obviously been watching it due to being wrapped in my Sailor Moon blanket and hat on, beanie, and a sweatshirt on, and just total relax mode right now. But I just finished Tokyo Ghoul, and I actually kind of like it. For those of you guys who have not seen Tokyo Ghoul, it's about a main character by the name of Kanuki who ends up being half ghoul, half human due to an incident that is further discussed in the actual show. And he's a really studious kid. He's really into his studies and he likes to read. And it was actually just it was an interesting show to watch. One of the things that I will say that I kind of didn't like about the show was that it was kind of slow. I'm sorry. I honestly thought there was going to be so much more action in the show, and it literally wasn't until the end that there was a whole bunch of um, action in it. So that was one of the things that I didn't like, which is probably why it took me so long to finish it, is probably because there wasn't a lot going on that made me be like, I need to finish this show. Another thing that I didn't like is, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the main character. I did not like Kanuki at all at first. Okay, so at the beginning, I really didn't like him. Well, at the beginning, I liked him, but once he got to the part where he's trying to figure out, as far as with him being a ghoul and trying to figure out what he's actually going to do, I didn't like that at all. I thought he was a complete and total wimp. Okay, I'm not saying he had to all of a sudden take on the whole role of him being a ghoul in stride and saying, yeah, I'm a ghoul. But the fact that he was whining about it so much for episodes on end, and it took literally halfway through the series, if not a couple of episodes after that, for him to finally embrace being a ghoul and then start kicking some serious butt. But at first, I was like, he's such a wimp. Oh my god. And I was really waiting for there's characters later on that he gets introduced to who are also ghouls through a coffee shop called Antigu. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And a lot of them are ghouls, but I was really waiting for them to teach him the ways of being a ghoul and for him to understand it a lot more. But it literally wasn't until it got to a certain part in the series where it's in the middle and he's being well, I hate to say this, he's being tortured, and that's when he finally starts to kind of more so embrace being a ghoul, because he's going back and forth between flashbacks of his old life and basically being, I don't want to say coach, but kind of talked to in his head like an inner voice from another ghoul, which is how he turned into a ghoul in the first place, who was talking to him along the way, which is kind of finally how he eventually embraces being a ghoul and finally embraces that part of himself and basically takes on that role. But at first, he just did not. And I hated it. I was like, he's such a wimp. When is he going to grow up and grow a pair? Ugh. Another thing that I guess for me, which kind of got confusing, and I don't know about anybody else, was that there was just way too many characters involved in this show. There was way too many. Like, it got me confused sometimes off of who was who, and maybe it's just because of the fact, since I didn't feel a whole lot of investment in the show due to the fact that it did go kind of slow for me. That which is why for me sometimes there was a few characters that, or why the fact that a lot of characters were introduced that I just did not understand whom they were and why or what they were doing there. Probably later on in the series when they started to introduce more of the characters that were involved in the police force that they have, was probably more of the ones that I started to like just a little bit more. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so guilty, not guilty of this, but honestly, I really like the character whose name is Stitches in this show. I don't know why. I know Stitches was very, very crazy, like off his rocker crazy, But for some reason, the fact that this character had such a weird backstory, which didn't really go into it very deeply. It was like literally maybe like a 10-minute segment that they went through this character's actual backstory. But since this character was so crazy, I kind of liked them. I don't know why, but I really did, because even though they were crazy or had some really weird things about them, Stitches also had a heart and was very attached to one of the characters in the show. Um, I also really liked Toka at the beginning. At the beginning, I thought she was such a strong character. And then as it went on, I still liked her, but I felt like she got kind of more invested in Kanuki than I thought she should have. That's just me. Not only that, but I feel like a lot of the characters that they introduced at the beginning with Antiku kind of fell off the bandwagon towards the end of the show, and it became very much about the police force that wasn't really introduced in the beginning. So that overall is probably what I didn't like. What I did like about this show was the family aspect. Just because you took a whole bunch of characters that honestly didn't really have family, and then they kind of got one with Antiku. Not only that, but they also were Count Kaneki didn't really have a family either, but he was able to get a family of ghouls as well, as well as having his best friend Hide by his side. So that I really did like, and that I honestly really did enjoy. As far as what else is there that I liked about the show, the music was amazing. I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoyed the ending song, and I liked the intro song for the series. That I did like, I will say. Kind of a long series, like I said before. It kind of ran kind of long for me. Overall, though, I believe I give this show, I give about a 6 out of 10. Art was good, but like I've said before in like a blog post that I said before. Sorry, my eye's really itching right now. There's something in there. Sorry. As far as some of my blog posts, when it comes to anime, I don't focus on the art so much because I'm not an artistic person. Like I'm creative, but not like in that aspect. So for me, when it comes to art, I'm really not into it so much. For me, it's a lot of times it is the plot and it's the music that catches me the first time I watch a series. So for me, the plot was good. I will say, when I first read the plot, I really wanted to watch it. When I started watching it, though, I realized I wanted to watch something else. As far as the music is concerned, that really did keep me invested, because definitely the very last episode, the music that they played towards the end of the last episode really made me more invested in the show than I was throughout the whole rest of the episodes. The show overall is like 24 episode series. Episode 24 was when I got very, very invested in it, being completely honest. Other 20, I'll say maybe the other 10 episodes or so, or 14, I wasn't very invested in this show. Sorry. For those of you guys who really like Tokyo Ghoul. Also, for those of you guys who want to know, I did watch the show on Funimation.com. I do have a subscription on there, so I did watch it dubbed. Like I've said before previously, I am quite lazy, and I didn't feel like reading the subtitles. Plus, I'm going to be honest, the dub was actually amazing. A lot of the voices fit the characters. J. Michael Tatum did amazing playing this one character that's literally very creepy, but did an amazing job playing that character. Toka was played, it seems to me, was voiced by Brina Palencia, and that was also very good. Other characters' voices, I did catch, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. Eric Vale, that's his name. He also voices a character in the series. I can't remember the character's name, but he also voices a character as well. But overall, I really enjoyed the dub. Show overall, like I said before, I give about a 6 out of 10. So if you guys have seen Tokyo Ghoul, please comment down below on what you thought of the series. It's series as well. I really want to know your own opinions. Yeah. So like before, I'm going to leave all my social media down in the description box below. It's going to be my Twitter, my Instagram, my anime blog, as well as my AskFM. And for those of you guys who are new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you once again for joining this little family of mine. Feel free to once again comment on all my videos, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I have a video out for you guys as well again on Wednesday, so please enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye. Love you.